AFTERBLAST by Lumino Games, and it's coming out Q4 of 2024. I'm actually pretty excited about this one. I'm
Are
not gonna
you?
lie. Yes, and I'll tell you why.
Please
'Cause it looks
do.
cool. It looks cool to me, and we can kind of explain it as we pull up the trailer.
Yes.
Right. Meow.
Let's take a look at
There's
this
no cats.
trailer. Yeah, there's no cats in this game. What are
Yeah,
you
there's no-
talking? What are you talking about?
Well, I'll tell you why I did a meow, but overall, it's a very fast-paced roguelite FPS. And the whole idea is the world is being overtaken by gods, and
He just hit us with a meow.
I know. And I'll tell you why I meowed, because it reminds me of a different game that we haven't talked about, but I've played. But overall, I just like how bright and how fast-paced it is. And the whole idea is here, just before I ruin it. The story is that you're in a galaxy far away, and a planet that was once peaceful is now full of destruction and war caused by a massive blast. Doesn't say what the massive blast is, but look how cool that boss was. Oh, here we go. Dave doesn't like this game.
Okay. It's not. It's not that I don't like the game. I just I just was searching for some okay. I don't know. I mean, different. Like I was looking for something to be like, oh, this is different, but I just never got that moment.
I think it got me that moment because
It's a roguelike horde shooter.
yeah, but they're fun to me, Dave.
Like, why is it any different from any other one?
Because it's two people making this game, two dudes all by themselves.
That's pretty cool.
And I think it's supposed to be co-op. It doesn't say how many players you're gonna be able to co-op with. And I think that's really fun. It's randomly generated maps. But essentially, okay, I'm going back to the story.
Go back to the story. I sidetracked it.
So the story is, this big old blast came, and now the gods are forming an evil alliance and trying to get the Crystal of Eternity. So they're trying to gain more power, and you play as a chosen one guided by an unseen god to defend the planet. So it's like a story that's already been done before, but still, I think it looks really cool to me. And I guess I don't have much else to say. Maybe you're right. Maybe this game doesn't have anything groundbreaking. But to me, the game looks sound. It looks like the mechanics are going to play well. It plays very fast-paced, and I'm excited about that.
I mean, if you guys are excited for this game, I'm excited for the game. And you know, we love small developers here. We love small developers. And like the idea that this game was created by two people is absolutely insane. Like congratulations to them. Like that's amazing. And like I hope the game succeeds. I don't know. I think it needed just like one thing. Like we talked about it with the Ultra Mega Cats, right? The exact same thing. There's nothing groundbreaking about Ultra Mega Cats, but they're cats. Like that was like the one thing where I was like, oh, this is kind of different. Like this, it didn't have that one thing that made it different. I wish that I could find something where I was like, this makes it unique, but it just feels so generic that I couldn't find anything.
See, I don't know if it looks generic. I mean, like, I can see where you're going with that, but in terms of like how would I like in games, and it's something new to me, like I don't know. Now you're starting to make me question if I really like this game. But to me, like the things I've watched with this game, it got me excited because of how fast it is. The gun plays, like all the guns are going to be different, have different abilities. You're going to play with different abilities, and I'm curious to see what those abilities are, if that makes sense. And I think another thing I really like about it is, so with the roguelite, they're also going to have different tiers of difficulty. So it's going to be normal, hard, expert, and even nightmare, I guess, is the last one. And each of those difficulties reveals a newer room, like a harder room to get to. And I thought that was cool.
I mean, I don't get me wrong. Like I love the idea of making games super hard. You know, I love super hard games. I really do. I mean, I love when people are like getting ready to throw the controller at the wall because they're that frustrated. That's like the game that I love. I don't know if it's just because I hate myself. But I mean, that's the game that I love. I think that these guys, I don't know, guys, if you ever see this, like, I think you just need to like maybe, I don't know, like market it differently. Like, let us know what these abilities are. Like, I need, or like maybe introduce some type of like new aspect into the game. Like, I just need to see something that's like makes it stand out.
I don't. So when I go through these trailers, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Something that stands out to me. And what stood out to me in this game is how fast it was and like how chaotic it was. Because there's other rogue, like first person roguelites I've played, or just shooter roguelites in general, where I felt like they weren't very chaotic. Like Hellboy, I felt like that wasn't very chaotic. Like, you know what I mean? I felt like that was way too slow. The game I was going to compare this to is called Gunfire Reborn, roguelite first person shooter, and you were very grounded in that game. Like, you couldn't get in the air, you couldn't like jump up really high. And I will say one thing that is really cool in this game that they didn't show in this trailer, it has platforming elements. Like, they have rooms where you have to actually platform across different spaces, and I thought that was really cool.
See, I love that, and I wish that I wish they showed that more in the trailer. And like going back to the trailer though, I just I didn't really, I don't know, I didn't really get that I didn't really get that much of a vibe of like a fast paced.
Really? See, that's all I'm getting. Like, it's moving so well. Like, I think it's moving so chaotic, and the traversals, like they're ziplining themselves across the map, and like,
I think it's very. I think it's a game that looks like it moves very fast, but when you really get into the core details of it, I think it's going to be very easy to, um, kind of like time out the patterns here. Like in the trailer of, you know, when those two things are like coming out of the ground, that boss fight where the two like snakes or whatever are coming out of the ground.
yeah,
When they're shooting, you see when they like shot their attack and it started to do that spread.
yeah.
That's kind of like a classic, like, this is gonna be a learn the timing.
Well, I could argue, Dave, you do the same thing with Souls likes because you're always like, you got to learn the pattern. You got to learn the pattern.
Right.
Don't
And
you
I
tell me that?
yeah, but I like in a Souls like that makes sense. Like
How does it not make sense in this, Dave?
I don't know because like a Souls like isn't fast paced. Like
Okay, but this is.
that's why I don't think it makes sense because it's like a pattern type of thing in like a quote unquote fast paced scenario.
You're losing me. You're losing me, Dave.
I don't know. I just feel like it's gonna be very easy to time out these like
Well, I feel like if
to
they
like
tried, if they
learn these
slowed
move
that
sets.
down, I think they want. Oh, I spilled something. I'm breaking stuff now.
Oh
You're making me
no.
angry. Just kidding. No, but I think like you can't have the boss be so hard in this type of game. You know what I mean? Because if it's moving so fast and like you have to slow it down for the boss, like I don't think it works that way. Like I feel like you have to be able to pick up what this boss is doing fairly quickly if you're trying to keep up that speed.
I hate to keep using the word generic, but I feel like it was like I picked up on that pattern in point 0.2 seconds of a trailer. Like a Souls like you pick up on that pattern after dying 40 times.
Yeah, and I don't want to die 40 times, Dave.
I mean, I just like I picked it up in like point 0.2 seconds.
Okay, but that's
of a
maybe that's phase
trailer.
one. Maybe that's phase one, and maybe that's easy difficulty. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
I
like,
mean,
I think this is gonna be a game where it's probably not gonna be that expensive. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So you're hating on it for looking generic, but you're not looking past how cool it looks.
I mean, if you're excited for it,
I'm very excited.
If you're excited for it, I'm glad you're excited for it. And again, I never want to crap on small developers. I mean, two dudes making a game is absolutely insane. For me, I just wish that I was able to pinpoint. I wish I could come to you and be like, there's this one thing that makes this game super unique. And I just wasn't able to find it. Now, that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It just means that like the way that they presented the game to us, they may have alluded to that part and I didn't pick up on it, or they completely left that part out, or it's not there. But I mean, I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. I wish it all the best. I mean, if you guys are into, you know, roguelite horde shooters, you're gonna love this game. And to be honest, to be fair, this isn't my typical type of game anyway. You know what I mean? So it for an audience like me, it really needs something for me to get pulled in. So it makes sense that if I didn't see it, I'm not really interested. That doesn't mean I think the game's crap. It just means like for me, I'm a very different audience, and I need that one thing to pull me in, and I just didn't see it.
Right, and that comes to the saying, different strokes for different folks kind of deal. And to me, I think what attracted me is more of as I read about it. Like, so the trailer, I kind of agree with you. Like, sure, it has some generic feel, but also like I can also see like the variety of the guns, where like the sniper has electricity shooting, and then the rocket launcher, you can shoot lots of rockets at once, and like that's really cool to me. And then I just broke it down in that sense. And I think the simple but story, I think is fun. Like, I think that's pretty cool.
We wish them all the best. I mean, honestly, guys, if you guys are into the roguelites, you're into the horde shooters, this is probably going to be something that you're going to love. Again, small developer, we love supporting the small devs. Two dudes making this game is absolutely incredible. This is probably going to be a game where I'm glad Adam's excited for it because it's striking my curiosity. I'm probably going to let him play it first, and I'll take a peek of him playing it and see what it's really, really all about. But yeah, we wish it all the best. I tried.
Thumbs up for me. Chaotic, mindless roguelike. I'm in.
Thumbs, thumbs,
Dave's
thumbs.
not sure.
You know what? Thumbs up for me too. Great,
Yeah, I did it.
great job, guys. Yeah.
So-
It's only because if this was a AAA or like if this was a bigger studio, you would not get a thumbs up. But
Mhm.
two guys making a game is incredible. So
Yeah, I agree.
wishing it all the best.